In this video, we'll be exploring the concept of identity security from the perspective of an everyday user. To help us understand, we will look at what makes up your identity, why it's important to secure your online accounts, and how to keep it secure. So, what encompasses your identity? Well, it's anything that can be used to uniquely authenticate and verify you as a person, also known as personally identifiable information or PII. Examples include your name, date of birth, NRIC, etc. In a world with an ever growing dependence on infocom technology, online accounts are becoming more interlinked to one's identity as they become vessels for personal information. So, what makes online accounts a vulnerable attack vector? Through gaining access to accounts, hackers are privy to the user's personal information that they can then manipulate or sell to willing customers. Identity theft it still poses a challenge for consumers as criminals develop new mechanisms to commit fraud. Despite rising new account fraud losses, criminals have begun to focus their attention on different financial accounts, such as loyalty and reward programs or retirement accounts. According to haveibeenpawned.com, there are over 9 million accounts that got leaked onto the internet, resulting in a loss equivalent to more than $3 million. Some of the unexpected costs you may have to face if you are a victim of theft or fraud are time spent dealing with identity theft, as it takes an average of 6 months to recover your identity. It means time spent away from your job, family, and friends. Possible arrest, as police may come up to your door, especially if you don't know that your identity has been stolen. And emotional distress. The main cause of data leaks are data breaches, where the hacker has accessed information without authorization. Data breaches can hurt businesses and consumers in many ways. They are a costly expense that can damage lives and reputations and take time to repair. The other cause is phishing. It is a type of social engineering attack that is often used to steal user data, including login credentials and their credit card numbers. It occurs when an attacker, masquerading as a trusted entity, dupes a victim into opening an email, instant message, or text message. Why has data leaks grown to such an extent? First, we have to look at what traditional security would look like before the prevalence of online accounts. When a malicious actor wants to gain access to your confidential data, they will have to identify where it's stored, for example, a filing cabinet, gain access to the storage medium, and then take the original or a copy of the documents. This is not a trivial feat, as physical security creates a strong barrier around your data.
By contrast, online accounts simply require a username and password. Usually, longer and more complex passwords are used to keep the account secure against rainbow and brute force attacks. There are different methods hackers use to get a hold of your passwords. One is automated tools to crack your passwords, brute force attacks, and finally, coming up with the correct combination of characters if your password is short and less complex. If your password falls onto the wrong hands, the consequences are losing access to your online accounts, important personal information being leaked, and potentially impersonation. One way recommended by security experts on managing the abundance of online accounts is through the use of a password manager. One example is LastPass, which is a well-established password manager that we recommend, and you can try it out for free using the following link shown here.
One way to secure online accounts is through multi-factor authentication, or MFA. It adds an additional layer of security by requiring something that you own or possess. In this case, it's a physical device that generates a one-time PIN, commonly known as OTP. Initially, this was achieved with a dedicated physical token that showed the OTP on its wall display. This has been mostly phased out in favor of mobile apps, which can use your phone mobile passcode as another layer of security. However, both options doesn't authenticate the website, and a user may still unknowingly give out the OTP to a phishing website. WebAuthn and FIDO2 keys resolve this issue by offloading the task of verifying the authenticity of a website from the user to the device itself. This means that the user simply needs to plug in the FIDO2 key into their computer, and the OTP will either be or not be shared with the website based on a verification prerequisite. At this point, you may ask, what if I lose my MFA device? Not to worry, this is where you use your backup code. Backup code is a one-time use code that you can use when you have no access to your MFA device, often given out to when you enable MFA on your account. This can be used as an MFA code to access your account. Another way websites secure your account is the use of security questions. It is commonly used for password resetting, but some websites also use it for login authentication. During setup, user will need to choose a security question such as, what is your first pet name? And type in the answer to the selected question. The answers do not need to be true, and it is recommended that users should not key in an answer that everybody knows. Another method to secure accounts is to use single sign-on, also known as social SSO. With social SSO, the user can simply use their social media account to log in. This is not just convenient, it will also help users to reduce the number of username and password they need to remember. However, it is also important to not overlook the fact that social media accounts can also be hacked. So regular password changes and MFA setup for your social media accounts are required. Even with the abundance of security features, security is as good as its weakest link. Users should not share their password and OTP codes to others, even if it is your most trusted friend. So stay safe and see you next time.